Yo, what's up, Facebook Nation? Yo, if you're new around here, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Richie McCaney. I'm your host with the most. My wife is Amanda. We about health, wealth, and experiences, and we on a mission, bro. And our mission is to help you learn how to experience your best life as we are learning to experience our best life. We take what we learn, what we've applied, what we've accomplished, and we try to give back to you guys as we're going through the process. Not an expert, not a professional. Don't claim it. I'm just getting started, homie. But I'm pumped up today. I'm a little bit behind where I wanted to be today, but I took an unexpected call. I woke up, I ate breakfast, I went back to bed, I took a power nap. I needed it. I needed it today, and I feel amazing. It was the best decision I made already, okay? So we're going to kick it off today. We're going to share how to experience your best life. We've been talking about habits from the book, Atomic Habits. Guys, if experiencing your best life and going on this journey with us, if that's something you vibe with, you get down with me, my energy, and what I'm about, I go live every day. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, bruh. And come on back and check us out because I put up videos every day. Okay? I'm keeping it real with y'all. Here's what we're talking about. We've been talking about habits from the book Atomic Habits. The book is gold. I highly recommend you go back and check out the other lessons I've done. There's only been like, I don't know, 3. And today is 4. Gold. We're talking about cues. We know the backbone of a habit and the importance of a habit. But let's talk about something, man. The one thing you absolutely have to have. Absolutely must do. We're going to talk about it before an effective habit can be built. All right, I'm tired of people, and I was tired of trying to start new things and build new habits that never stuck around. All right, so we breaking this thing down to the nitty gritty. First thing you absolutely positively have to do, we're going to get into it, but first, let's talk about Spidey senses. I want you to understand why this thing is important. Real life Spidey senses. I like superhero. Look, wrong side. I got the Wolverine. I got the Batman up there. I got Luke Skywalker over here on the wall. He was a hero, superhero. The motherfucker saved the galaxy. All right, let's not get it twisted. Spidey senses. Let me tell you about the story about a man who did not look right. This comes right from the book. Paramedic goes to a family reunion. She sees her father-in-law or uncle or somebody, don't matter. And she said, man, I don't like the way you look. And he was like, I don't like the way you look either. They kind of start jawing back and forth, joking. And she's like, no, seriously, you need to go to the hospital right now. You ever hear the phrase serious as a heart attack? Well, this was about as literal as you could get. She didn't know why. They go to the hospital and check it out. They're doing life-saving surgery. A few hours later, he had some organs blocked, like his heart arteries were blocked up. Didn't even know it. That if he didn't go to the hospital, he would have had a heart attack straight up. She didn't know, man. She couldn't pinpoint exactly what it was. She just knew in her gut. She knew something wasn't right because she's a paramedic, and because of her experiences and her knowledge of seeing that every single day, she knew something wasn't right, even though she couldn't pinpoint it. You ever have that feeling? That gut feeling, you don't know why, like, man, I got a good bet about this, or I don't have a good feeling about that, and I just don't know why something's not right. That's your subconscious. That's your gut based off your previous experiences. Your brain's been conditioned to catalog and highlight important information so that they can recall it. Dude, our bodies are freaking awesome. Our bodies are designed flawlessly. We can do amazing things. We underestimate the amount of things that our brain can do without us having to think about it. So what happens again, habits are things that, are repeated behaviors that happen automatically to solve reoccurring problems, right? Well, when you're in a certain experience like a paramedic and you see something, your brain has automatically started cataloging and highlighting important information as to a solution to the problem. And because you're in that experience so much, you just automatically gut check, Spidey sense, get the tingles that you feel a certain way. I listen to Gary Vaynerchuk all the time, and he's always talking about, they're always asking him to predict the market. He's like, man, I operate. That's what he says. I'm an operator. So like, I have a good feeling about this. I think this is the reason. And it ain't because he's got graphs and charts and he's like, let me figure out the weather of what's happening. He has a gut feeling because of his experiences, because he practices these things and his brain has categorized things automatically to recall them. That's what's cool about this. Now, here's what we talk about. We know the structure of a habit. Remember the backbone? Cue, cravings, response, reward. You can't take any of them out. You can't diminish any of them or the habit doesn't happen in the first place. But we're talking specifically about cues. Now, here's something cool to notice. You don't have to be consciously aware of the cue before the habit starts. That's important, good and bad. That's important for us to aware. Our goal today and what we're about to talk about the thing you need to do is you need to bring that up to awareness. Y'all feel me? If you don't know about something, before you can build anything new, before you can build a new habit, you have to have a hold. You have to have a grasp of your current habits. And we do things so automatically, we operate at a subconscious level, we don't even know why we do certain things. Right? So before you can establish something new, we have to bring it to the forefront. And you know what else? Because we do things so often, just the way it is, we don't even know. We don't even stop to ask ourselves, is what we're doing right or wrong? We just do it. So we want to bring that to the conscious level. And the more senses we can put on it, the more aware we can make it. So before we can change anything, we got to know what's up with it. And so one of the biggest failures that we have is lack of self-awareness, right? The failures that we are experiencing in our life and in business and in whatever it is comes from lack of self-awareness. I'm trying to wake y'all up. I'm trying to open your eyes. Let's stop being sheep. You need to be self-aware of what's going on, because before you can make changes, before you can change your identity, before you can build a habit, you have to understand and be aware of what you're currently doing. You feel me? So let's make you aware. Well, there's two ways to do that. We're going to talk about a habit scorecard and we're going to talk about pointing and calling. So the goal for both of these is to bring in more senses to it instead of just subconsciously doing things, pointing and calling. If you can see it, if you can touch it, if you can smell it, if you can taste it, whatever, the more senses you bring in, the more you're aware of it, okay? So pointing and calling is one of the systems you can do to do that. Before you're leaving for a trip, here's an example, and you're just in the habit of grabbing certain things and you leave. Okay, do I have the essentials? I got my phone, I got my wallet, I've got my keys, I've got, the kids' homework before we go out. Like, you run through a checklist, and instead of just mindlessly going through the world and doing things, we're stopping to think about it, right? We want to make improvements. You want to get better, you want to change, make yourself aware. Pointing and calling. And that comes from a way that it's a system they do in China when they're running the light rail, that all the operators, they point at the odometer. Speeds at a certain this, green at this, doors or whatever. They point and they run through their safety checklist. Instead of just glancing and looking and verifying, they're calling it out loud, they're pointing at it, they're visually taking note. They bring in more senses so they can catch problems faster. If there's something wrong, it doesn't slip through the cracks. It's highly successful. That's one method. The second method is the habit scorecard. And this is simple, man. What you need to do is make a list of all the habits that you're currently doing throughout the day. Just sit back and make a list. I wake up in the morning, I shut my alarm off, I brush my teeth, I put my gym clothes on, I go down, I run through my morning routine, I get done with that, I kiss my kids, as I'm passing through the kitchen, I turn on my phone radio, my Spotify, I turn on the shower, I take my clothes off. Like, y'all feel me? I know that's a real thing. I can run you through exactly what I do each morning because it's the same thing. I take note, okay? Then after you take note, what you want to do is you want to put, is this a positive habit? Is it a negative habit? Is it a neutral habit? Plus, minus, equal, right? Because we're trying to not change, not judge yourself. You're not changing anything right now. The goal is to be aware. We're thinking about what it is you actually do. Now, here's the thing, and what can get confusing about negative habits or positive habits. There are no such thing as good habits or bad habits, only effective habits. Woo! You hear me? No such thing as good or bad habits, only effective habits. Habits solve solutions to problems automatically that reoccur, okay? So what you need to determine, certain habits are going to be good for some people or effective for some people, not effective for somebody else. If you're somebody who's trying to lose weight and slim down and you're in the habit of eating a peanut butter bagel every day, you might want to put a negative sign next to that. That's not going to be good for you. If you're somebody who's trying to put on weight and you're grinding and pumping, you need that extra little protein and stuff like that, then eating a peanut butter and bagel would be a positive habit for you. Okay, so what habits have a negative net income? What have a positive net income? And which ones are just, neutral, shutting off the alarm? Right? That's just whatever. Shuts the alarm off. I need to shut off, right? So you know what I'm saying? Here's a cool way to look at it. Does this habit help me become the person I wish to be? That's how you can really determine if this is going to be a net positive habit for you or negative. So, like smoking a cigarette would be a habit. Now you're going to get relief, and so it's going to solve a problem, and it's going to give you that fix. But if your goal is to become somebody who doesn't smoke anymore, then that's not a good habit, right? So that's where it comes in. Is there a long-term net gain from this? And that's a great way, and that's one of the questions that they tell you to ask yourself. Does this behavior help me become the type of person I wish to become? So stop by, ask yourself that question, and then label out, after you're aware, which ones you want to stick around and which ones you want to break. Because you can't break them if you're not aware. You can't improve them if you're not aware. And I hope y'all like that. Boy, this was quick, heavy, fast, and full of energy. I want to leave you with this one question I wrote down. The process of behavior change always starts with awareness. Wake up! I'm here to wake y'all up, make yourself self-aware of what you got going on in your life so you can experience a better life. Stop walking around aimlessly confused about why you're not getting results, why you can't get habits to stick, why you're procrastinating, why you say something's important but never follow through with it. People just aimlessly complain to be victims of their circumstances, and they don't take ownership for their actions because they're not self-aware of what they're actually doing. Take note, educate yourself on yourself. That way you can make changes. I'm sick of hearing people saying, it's just the way I am. It's just the way it is. I'm born this way. It's in my DNA. I ain't got no filter. I just tell it how it is. And, people don't like that. I'm sick of hearing that crap. Shut your mouth. You can change if you don't like it. Hey, if you like it and you're perfectly happy with everything you got going on in your life, then you shouldn't even be here anyway. I'm glad. I'm happy. You got everything figured out in your life. For those who don't, and you're looking for improvement, come back tomorrow and check this video out, man. Share this video with somebody. Comment. Give me some feedback, man. What do y'all think about this? Talk to me. Do you like it? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Who's gonna take note of their habits? Who knows what it is they do and why they do them? Do you have a grasp? Are you in the process of changing what you're already doing? Guys, tune in tomorrow. I go live every day. Okay? So if you like learning how to experience your best life as we are learning to experience ours, please follow this page, subscribe to this YouTube channel, comment, give me your thoughts. Let's get some conversation going here. I want to know. Ask me questions. Actually, would be great. If you have any questions about maybe tips on how to get over a certain habit or whatever, ask me so I can figure it out, and I can. That might be a topic of a video. I say that because tomorrow I will not be going from the book. I will be going live. I'm going hiking. We're leaving tonight. We won't be back until Sunday or Sunday night or something like that. We're going camping, 14 miles or something with the kids. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to share some pictures and stuff probably on this page. But I will go live. But it won't be from the book because I'm not carrying that kind of weight. Tomorrow will be more about our experiences. You get to see, I got some things. I'll save it. I got some things I want to talk about tomorrow that, I'm feeling really grateful for today. So anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I mean a lot. I do appreciate all the messages and the likes and the comments that I get. It is very much appreciated. It does not go unnoticed. I try my best to respond to everybody, and for the most part, I think I pretty much do. So don't hesitate to reach out, man. I'm here for you guys. And if you like this kind of stuff, then until tomorrow, I'm out.